Hi, my name's Ben. I work for the Game House, and today we're looking at the top free agent defensive backs for 2023. Okay, so this is just my list. If you have a different one, let me know below. Let me know who I left out. But we're just going to jump right into it. In maybe a controversial opinion, one of my favorite defensive backs for the 2023 free agent class is actually Marcus Peters, who's had some trouble staying on the field, but when he's on the field, he's a true CB1. Last year, he only had one interception, 6 pass deflections, and 47 tackles, but that's far from his potential. When he is healthy, he is among one of the best lockdown corners in the league, and he has great turnover potential. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, and someone should definitely add him to his roster if it's not the Baltimore Ravens. Next up is Jordan Poyer, who is 32 years old. He had 4 picks last year, 8 pass deflections, and 63 tackles. He is another Pro Bowler, and again, safety is becoming a strange position in the NFL, especially with how much teams like to blitz, and do you like a free safety versus a strong safety, and how's the coverage? Are they basically a cornerback? But I think Jordan Poyer really plays the position pretty purely, and he's been a real stalwart, a real anchor on that Buffalo defense. They should try and keep him if they can, but they are in a sticky cap position. So a team like the Packers, whose safety play was really not so great, Jordan Poyer could really anchor that position. Next up is Jamel Dean. Like Buffalo, the Buccaneers are in a pretty dire cap situation. They're probably going to have to let go of some great players, and Jamel Dean is one of those. He has 2 interceptions last year, 8 passes defended, and 57 tackles. They're just not going to be able to afford him, especially with how pass-happy the league is becoming. Cornerbacks are becoming a bigger area of need for most teams. He's maybe the second best cornerback, depending on what you value, but he should get some big money on the free agency market. All right, next up is Jesse Bates. Now, the Bengals are probably going to have to let Jesse Bates go because they are about to pay Joe Burrow, and they might want to keep T. Higgins. I don't think both are going to be able to happen, but he had 4 interceptions last year, 8 pass deflections, and 71 tackles. Jesse Bates is listed as a safety. He was on the franchise tag last year. I'm not sure they're going to want to do that again, but obviously he plays on a great playoff defense, a great second half defense, and he has helped lock up Patrick Mahomes time and time again. Also, the Bengals drafted his replacement in Daxton Hill, so it's not going to be a huge loss, but someone should pay Jesse Bates some big money, especially for contenders who want to tighten up that defense a little bit better. All right, next we have C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He had 6 interceptions last year, 8 passes defended, and 67 tackles. He missed 5 games due to a lacerated kidney and had Reed Blankenship come in for him and play well, but that doesn't negate his contribution to that great Eagles defense. They were exposed a little bit in the Super Bowl, but I don't think that's fully on the defensive players themselves, mostly just scheming both on the opposing offense and the Eagles' defensive side of the ball. He's young, he's a safety who can play corner, and he's versatile. I think Gardner-Johnson definitely deserves a place on this list. And then finally, his teammate James Bradberry. Now most people know him now because he had that very controversial holding call at the end of the Super Bowl, but that doesn't make him a bad player by any means. He had 3 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown, 17 passes defended, and 44 tackles. He was let go by the Giants, and their division rival, the Eagles, picked him up, and he turned into one of the best safeties in the league. He's going to want to turn this into a big payday. I doubt with the Eagles because they're going to have to pay Jalen Hurts a lot of money, maybe a little too much money. Betting on himself clearly paid off, and he's going to want to join another contender unless he really wants the bag. Most teams with better cap space could kind of use him as a locker room guy and try and transform their cornerback room on their way to a playoff push. But those are my top defensive backs for the 2023 NFL offseason. Like I said, let me know what you think below, and thanks for watching.